Thank you for joining us today. Guys, I think everybody knows the protocol, but I'll just run through that as usual. To ask a question of Isaiah, scroll down to the bottom of your screen and you'll click the participants button. That'll open up a white sidebar on the right. Just click the raised hands feature. That'll let me know you've got a question. Everybody should be muted at the moment, but as I call you out, I'll unmute you, and I'll keep your line unmuted in case you got a follow-up question. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here with Isaiah. Larry Vaught, looks like you've got the first question. Go ahead.
Isaiah, I know we've heard a lot about your inside abilities, but I remember last year talking to your high school coach that he said he really stressed to you about getting out on the perimeter and showing some offensive skills out there and working on that a lot. How much did that help you, and how confident do you feel on the perimeter?
I feel like I have a lot to work on, like perimeter wise, but I mean, with him, like telling me to play on the perimeter, it helped me a lot with my IQ. Like I feel like now, like I can pass the ball real well, and just my IQ is just starting to pick up like better than what it was. So I feel like that helped me a lot.
Was it hard for him to convince you to try to go out there and expand your game a little bit?
No, not really. I feel like I always wanted to be a guard. I never wanted to play big, to be honest. So him telling me and just giving me the green light to play out on the perimeter, it was something I always wanted to do. So I just took it and ran with it pretty much.
All right, next up, we'll go with Jerry Tipton, Lexington Herald leader, and then John Haley will be next.
Yeah, Isaiah, I wonder, just to follow up on that, why did you always want to be a guard and were reluctant about the big guy stuff?
I really don't know, to be honest. It's just, I feel like guards, like I feel like they always pretty much have the ball in their hands. And it's like with bigs, it's like bigs really don't get as much, like they don't really touch the ball for real. It's like we really there to just get rebounds and play defense and stuff like that. So like me playing guard, I feel like I can show people like that I can play guard. I mean, I got IQ, been working on my shot, can dribble the ball, things like that. So yeah.
And the one thing that we've heard about you and some of your teammates are talking about is shot blocking.
Yeah.
How good are you at that? What do you feel like you have a knack for it?
Yeah, I sort of have a knack for it. It's like natural. I really don't know how to explain it. It's just something that like I guess I was just born to do pretty much. Like it just comes like naturally. Like I don't even think about it. It just happens. Like it's weird, but yeah.
All right, John Hale, we'll go to you, and then Kyle Tucker, you've got after him.
Isaiah, it seems like anytime people are talking about players who have surprised or impressed in practices, your name's always first on the list. What do you kind of make of this growing hype for you that we've heard of the last, 3 or 4 weeks?
I mean, it's good. It's good publicity or whatever, but I really don't try to look at those things because, I mean, I like to think of myself as the underdog, and that's I feel like me thinking like that, I can show a lot of people what I can do and surprise a lot of people. But I mean, I really don't look at that like those type of things. I just try to go out there, play hard every day, and try to get better.
And then how much have you played with Olivier in practice, or are you mostly going head-to-head against each other?
It's on and off. Like sometimes I'm on his team, but I like to compete against him too because like iron sharpen iron. Like I got a lot of stuff that I have to work on. He has a lot of stuff he needs to work on. So I feel like us guarding each other, it can help us like tremendously. Like our skill set and just playing as a team. Like so.
All right, Kyle Tucker, we'll go with you, and then Keith Farmer, I'll make my way to you next.
Isaiah, Kentucky's had some great shot blockers. I think 3 guys under Cal blocked 100 shots in a season. Anthony Davis has the NCAA freshman record. Is there was any one of those guys that the coaches talked to you about that they felt like they saw some of you in? Have they shown you any film of any one of those guys in particular? Is there any one of them that you kind of came up watching?
I grew up, well, I really didn't grow up watching, but I watched a lot of Anthony Davis, like just how he played. Cause I mean, I'm pretty much, we built the same, like we tall, long, can block shots and do everything. So, I mean, me growing up, I was, to be honest, I was always a Kentucky fan. So like when Anthony Davis got here, I was always watching Kentucky heavy, and just seeing the stuff that he did is crazy. And I feel like I can sort of mirror my game after him in a way. So, I mean, I try to look at him sometimes and stuff like that.
All right, Keith Farmer, I'll go to you.
So first off, did you hit the rim or did somebody get you?
It was an accident. I tried to block a shot. Somebody went under me and I hit my head on the floor. I caught myself, but I still ended up hitting my head. But yeah, I'm okay.
And I'm just curious, like, do you remember the feeling you had when you first came on campus and saw the team, like that very first time you all maybe were together, to where you are now and maybe what has changed?
I mean, we pretty much we knew each other. Like we were already following each other on Instagram, social media and stuff like that. But like for the freshman guys. But when I first got here, we really couldn't be with each other or hang out or anything. But now we're starting to practice. And even without like us being able to go out and stuff like that, it's sort of like a lot of practice we're having, we're sort of like building a bond, if you get what I'm saying. And I mean, it was way different at the beginning of like the year when everybody first got down here, because nobody really talked to each other or anything like that. But as more and more we get like closer and like talking and practicing with each other, I feel like our bond is starting to like grow more and more every day.
All right, Jeff Drummond, I'm going to come to you, and then Aiden Alperstein, you'll be after him.
Hey, Isaiah, I was wondering, is there a particularly good challenge from your teammates in terms of blocking their shots? And who do you really enjoy going up against in these early practices?
Really everybody. Really Olivier and Lance. They pretty much do the same thing I do. So like even when they're playing defense on me, it'd be hard to get up shots and stuff like that. And I really try to beat those guys up in practice. So if we go against somebody just like me or better than me, like they'll know what to do in those like situations and things like that. So I mean, playing against the bigs is, my challenge really.
As a quick follow-up, Olivier is a guy that's been through the battles, in a major conference.
Mm-hmm.
Have you learned much about, post-play just from being able to work against him?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, like I never played in a college like game or anything, so I don't know how competitive it is. But telling by Olivier, I can tell it's real competitive, and you got to be tough down there. So playing against him, watching him, even doing drills and stuff, just mimicking what he's doing, it helps me a lot, so I can know what to do like in game and when I'm going against somebody.
All right, Aiden, you've got next, and then I'll start going some follow-up questions. Looks like we got Larry and Jerry after that. Go ahead, Aiden.
Hey, Isaiah, you played at a big high school program, Spire, with LaMelo and Rocket, and now coming to Kentucky. What main differences do you notice with how each program has been ran?
Here, I feel like every day is a fight. It's a battle. Like even in practice every day, it's like everybody here is like, you just not the Aspire. Like I knew I had like my position secured, and like it was people there, but they wasn't at the level that I was. So it's like I already knew, like, okay, I'm starting and stuff like that. But here it's like an everyday battle and practice. I mean, every day, like either coach is on you or like the guy you guarding is busting you, so it's busting your butt. So it's like you just gotta adjust. And I mean, it was competitive wise is different. Like in practice, like it's like everything here is like full up and down, full speed, and there it was like high school. You sort of could take breaks, but here it's like no room for like error breaks. Like you can mess up in high school and it'll be fine. Like like you can like go for a steal and don't get the steal, and end up getting a rebound and getting a dunk, and that's fine. But here it's like if you do that, coach is gonna be like on your butt, and like the team is just gonna lose their momentum and stuff like that. So I feel like that's one of the biggest things is competitive part of everything.
All right, Larry, I'm coming back to you, and then Jerry, you got next.
You mentioned when you played with Spire, Isaiah, you guys played several games in Kentucky that season. Just wondering what your first impression was then of Kentucky fans and how you think it's going to be here now at the UK. Will be different.
Yeah, the first couple of games that we had here or Spire, it was crazy. Like I think the first one we had, I think it sold out, and it was a bunch of people there. Like it was crazy. And I feel like it's gonna be the same way here. Like I feel like everything here is about basketball, really, and it's just like our fans is like about us and just about basketball in general. So I feel like it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, yeah.
Thanks.
All right, Jerry Tipton, back to you.
Yeah, Isaiah, you mentioned about surprising people, and it made me think Coach Cal a week or so ago on a Zoom thing said you had really surprised him. I wonder how that plays on your mind, how you think you surprised Coach Cal.
How I think I surprised. I mean, just playing like with energy, I guess. Like I don't know what it is, but I just been playing with a lot of energy lately, and just doing those little things that people aren't doing. Just picking up on the little things, like even if it's like getting a stop on defense, or getting a rebound, or getting a block, or playing defense on the guy that's going, or something like that. It's just I feel like that really surprised him. And I mean, to me, just being in shape, because when I got down here, it was tough. But I mean, I got into shape. I'm in the best shape I ever been in, and I can just run all day, pretty much. So I think that was one of the main things that surprised him.
You know, I've been told that you had some like Kentucky stuff in your room at home growing up. What sort of things did you have on the wall or whatever?
I had a little like a little rim, like a Kentucky rim, like a little mini hoop. That was on my door. I had I had a bunch of shirts, like things like that. Then like I had this sticker on my wall, and it didn't have anything Kentucky on it, but I used to like draw like different things. Like I drew like Kentucky, like it was like I think it was like a sticker of something. Like it was just like a black sticker. It was like somebody dunking. I put like Kentucky on the front and put 22 on the jersey and things like that. But yeah.
John Hale, we come to you, and then Kyle, you got after him.
Isaiah, how did that start? How did you become a Kentucky fan as a kid?
To be honest, I think it was 2012 or 11 when they won the NCAA tournament. I think that was 11 or 12. It was one of the two. But yeah, that's when I started. Like I just fell in love with this. I can tell it was like a winning. Here it was just a winning like culture, and yeah, and I just fell in love with them like ever since. Like I forgot like what grade I was in, but like ever since then, like I was just in love with Kentucky.
All right, Kyle Tucker, we'll go to you, and then Maggie and John will make my way to you.
You talked about the coach being on you every day, and we've all, those of us who've been around for a while, have seen some of that from Cal, some of his funnier freak out moments. What's the maddest you have personally made Cal so far? What did you do?
I really don't make Cal mad, really. It's just with me, like the mistakes I make, I know like what they are. And like I get frustrated at myself sometimes about it, but like he understands. But really, I think rebounding, he's he be pissed about that. Like one hand rebounds and things like that. He'll just flip like, you gotta get the ball with two. Stop catching it with one. So just yelling and yeah, but I mean it's something that we need to work on. So I mean I see why he's uptight and mad and stuff like that all the time. So
All right, we'll go with Maggie Davis with BBN Tonight.
Hey, Isaiah. So when you say that, you grow up as a Kentucky fan, you have that stuff in your room, it's your dream school, you know it's a winning program, and then you actually get here and you're sort of living in that day to day. Has it met your expectations? Is it what you thought it was going to be like?
yeah, it's still like, to be honest, like I don't even feel like I'm here, but I'm here, and it's weird. Like it's like it's a good feeling, but it's like just a weird, like it's still surreal. Like I don't feel like I'm here, but I'm here, and I mean, it was always a dream of mine. It's crazy as I mean, it came true. Like it came so fast. So yeah.
Thanks.
All right, guys, we've got a few minutes left. So if you got any other questions, go ahead and put them in now. John Wong, we'll go to you.
Yeah, Isaiah, a couple of things. I want to piggyback on Maggie's question. With you being a Kentucky fan, I want to know how this COVID situation has kind of affected you. Do you kind of feel cheated? I mean, at this time during media day, we'd all be sitting around you. There'd probably be 20 of us just firing questions at you. You ever feel cheated by the experience? How do you process that?
It's different, to be honest. My expectations are a little low, but it's still high because I feel like the season hasn't started yet. So I feel like once the season gets to rolling, my expectations will start to pick back up, and I start feeling like okay. But yeah, it's different. With COVID, we really can't. We're restricted to do anything, going out, hanging out, things like that. And I mean, just being around like the fans and things like that, like it's just weird. Like now they're talking about it's like a limited number of fans at the games and things like that. So it's like I'm really not gonna be able to feel the like Kentucky, the actual Kentucky, like the feeling of playing in front of all those fans that rock, things like that. So I sort of, in a way, I do feel a little cheated, but I mean, it's life. I've gotta keep pushing and just move on. Like,
And then the second thing, you mentioned that you had known some of your teammates even before you got to Kentucky. Now that you've been here and been able to practice against them every single day, which one of them has surprised you by being better than you thought they were?
to be honest, BJ Boston. I played against him in AAU. We lost to them. We played them in Texas. We lost to him, and like I don't know how to explain him, but yeah, he's a pro. Like he's a pro. Like I ain't think the stuff he does in practice, like you wouldn't think he'd be able to do it, but he does it, and it's just like a wow, like dang, like he's really like that. But like last year, he was like that, but he wasn't like how he is now. Like he's way better.
All right, guys, we're right up against the 20-minute mark. So Jerry, I'll let you have the last one.
Yeah, I wonder what impression Lance Ware's made on you.
Uh, that man, he's tough. He's tough to go against too. Like he's competitive. He talks. He does everything right. And I mean, he's tough. Like he's tough to go against. He's like Olivier. He's just a smaller version of Olivier. Like plays defense. He can score. He can go get a bug. He can knock down jump shots. Yeah, he can block shots. Do this everything I can do. Like that's one of the main reasons. Like practices be so tough because of the him and Olivier. Like they're just. I mean, they're just like basically just like me, and I gotta play against that every day. So it's just getting me and him better.
You know, I wondered, I was told you've gained some weight since your arrival. How much, and how do you think that can help your game?
When I got down here, I was 202, and now I'm 209, 210. And I feel like that helped my game a lot. I feel stronger. My legs and my upper body, everything just feels stronger. And I feel like I need to gain more weight for sure to play at the next level. But for right now, I mean, I feel like I'm at the right weight for me, with me blocking shots and playing defense and things like that. And I mean, it helps me a lot. I don't really feel like the bumps and bruises. I really don't feel as much as I used to. So it's like I can play longer, things like that. So yeah, it helped me a lot.
Guys, I want to thank Isaiah for joining us. Isaiah, we're going to cut you loose. Really, really appreciate you taking the time to be.